Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Right off the bat on today's show, FCA is in the news, and not for something good. FCA is in a tad bit of trouble with the Department of Justice and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. In fact, over the past couple of months, they had discovered, they being NHTSA and the DOJ, that FCA had their own diesel defeat device inside of their diesel machines. FCA frantically looking for a fix, but didn't find one to not only NHTSA or the DOJ's liking, so now the Department of Justice is officially suing FCA over their defeat device. Now, when you think about defeat device, you cannot think about the folks over at Volkswagen, which really got me thinking over the past several days. You think a year or two ago when the whole Volkswagen thing actually broke, there was a couple of things I thought right off the bat. One of those being that I thought that Volkswagen, being as smart a company as they are, as big a company as they are, as amount of smart people, and the fact that they had the defeat device in there for so long, that these folks couldn't find a way around this deal, that I thought that a lot of other manufacturers were going to start to be coming out with their own defeat devices. No way that Volkswagen was the only one doing this. There was a lot of other manufacturers following suit. But as the months went on, you just didn't see it. And in the same breath, I thought that one manufacturer out there whose diesel people were probably really being held their feet to the fire by that manufacturer over the fact that Volkswagen's diesel vehicles could do so much better. Fuel economy and all the other numbers were so much better than their vehicles, actually figured out that Volkswagen was cheating, tipped off the university that actually squealed on Volkswagen. But that's starting to be something that I may think I may have been totally wrong about. And maybe the first thing that we talked about, a lot of manufacturers having defeat devices, may really be the real story, because we've already talked about the aforementioned Fiat Chrysler automobiles, but now over the past several days we've heard some rumblings about the German government going after Daimler over their own defeat device situations. Even General Motors, some early rumors that they may have their own diesel defeat devices. And then you think in the gasoline petrol world, Hyundai, Kia got in trouble with a lot of the government entities over a defeat device deal as far as their fuel economy numbers, along with Mitsubishi as well. So it's a interesting situation, interesting world we live in, full of cheaters, if you will. Of course, I always hearken back to the old Roger Penske, many-time Indianapolis 500 winning car owner, who actually said in a NASCAR race many moons ago that it isn't cheating unless you get caught. And a lot of manufacturers are definitely getting caught with their hand in the cookie jar. Next up on the list, let's talk a little bit about Tesla, because a leaked document splattered all over the old internets showing off some performance numbers of their brand new Model 3. Now we're anxiously awaiting the Model 3's production version being shown off next month, along with production firing off next month as well. But some early numbers on this machine that were actually splattered in that particular document, showing off 215 miles of range and 0 to 60 in just 5.6 seconds, and all for $35,000. And that's ahead of the government subsidies that'll be on this particular machine, at least for the first several of these machines. So anxiously awaiting a lot of new things about this Model 3. Hopefully they can get production up and running smoothly and get this vehicle to people later this year. Another vehicle that's been teased, but now here it is the brand new 8 Series from BMW. And I have to say the thing looks amazing. Even though I think those kidney grills are a tad bit on the large side, the vehicle still looks fantastically good. Now, BMW said little to nothing else about this particular machine, even though they may be well into the production side of this thing. Production not actually starting, but at least a lot of R&D being done on these vehicles, because there's been a lot of photographs of the possibility of an M version of these things pounding around such circuits like the Nürburgring and other racetracks around the world. So I'm sure BMW is going to have a whole lot more to tell us. Maybe as early as the Paris Motor Show, maybe even before then. We'll definitely keep you in tune of what we hear. Next up on the list, the Chinese manufacturer Geely, who's been anxiously trying to revive the Swedish brand Volvo, is now purchased up at least half of a couple of other companies. Over 50% of these two companies, one being the Proton Group, also the other one under the same umbrella, that being Lotus, which has got me very excited, along with a lot of other Lotus fans. Remember that bevy of cars that they were showing off several years ago that they were supposedly going into production very soon, and then nothing ever happened of those deals? We may get to see some of those vehicles come around with this new influx of money, so anxiously awaiting what's coming down the pike for all of these brands. Last up on the list, let's talk a little bit about the greatest spectacle in racing and the first-time winner, Takuma Sato. But let's start again with the beginning of the day, what being the Monaco Grand Prix in Monaco. It was a titanic battle between two world champions, one being Sebastian Vettel and Kimi Räikkönen, that came down to some fast laps and also some little bit of pit strategy, even though Daniel Ricciardo tried to butt his nose into the battle as well, but was unable to get between the two Ferraris, taking their first win in Monaco in several years, along with their first 1-2 in even more years. So big congratulations to Ferrari, Sebastian Vettel, and the whole group. But let's get back to the greatest spectacle in racing in Takuma Sato, because this was a heck of a race. A huge barn burner, including a lot of rumors of how well Honda engines were going to be able to hold out, which did take out a couple of heavy hitters, one being Hunter-Reay and two-time Formula One champion Fernando Alonso. And then you look at the whole Scott Dixon thing. Poor Scotty. Came into the event winning the pole, going out to Taco Bell, getting robbed by gunpoint, and then having the most horrific accident, an accident that he really should have been injured in, but to walk out of the motor speedway in just a walking boot without any other injuries other than being a little bit roughed up. Even tweeted out a photograph right before I went to press here and showed himself in great spirits. It's all real matter of fact when it comes to the deal, especially when he talks about it. So hugely impressive month for him. Maybe not his best one, but one that you could look back on with a smile, because shoot, to walk out of the Indianapolis Motor Speed with that kind of wreck and to not get killed in that robbery was a huge, huge deal. Now let's get back to Takuma Sato, because this is a guy who took on all comers. Remember back in 2012 when he tried to put a big outside pass on, well, actually the other robbery victim in that Scott Dixon thing, that being Dario Franchitti, where he stuck it in the fence and just endeared himself to all the Indianapolis fans and all the IndyCar fans for his kind of panache and his style. And he did the exact same thing on three-time Indianapolis 500 champion Helio Castroneves, taking him on the outside and whooping up on him big time. Huge congratulations to Takuma Sato. I know Mr. Sato is never going to see this video, but if you do, know that no matter where you go in this world, you will always be announced as Indianapolis 500 champion. So all of us here at Motor Cars, big congratulations to Takuma Sato. Big congratulations to Honda for actually one of their engines lasting long enough to actually take the win, even though quite a bit of their vehicles did actually make the finish. But huge deal. Huge win for Andretti Motorsports, 2 wins in a row. That's a big deal for that group as well. It was a heck of a race. And then if you're thinking, hey, what about NASCAR? Well, actually, they just went back to the green flag when I'm taping this particular program after a lengthy rain delay. So I'm not 100% sure how that race is going as we speak. But it was a heck of a day of racing. I think I'm going to have to take a nap probably tomorrow just to actually recover from this day. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Don't forget to like us over on the Facebook page. Links down in the show notes. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time and get the first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon.